Hello, everybody. My name is Greg, and on the internet I go by the alias of Alleged Man. I'm a self published author, and I am a Twitch streamer at night. Um, so, I found out some news recently as of this video. Today's date, as we're recording this, is February 24th, 2021. And the recent news that I found out was uh, that there was a proposal in the U.S. House of Representatives uh, about a ban on municipal internet networks across the U.S. And that sort of irritated me because, and I want to show you this up in a little bit, that ruined something for me, that ruined a project for me that I've been working on for a few years now, and I will show you that in a minute. But I want to show you this news article that details the whole ban and everything. So here, let me bring it up. Is right here. So yes, the House of Representatives propose a nationwide ban on municipal broadband networks. Now, municipal internet is basically the internet that is run by local governments or local cities as utilities and as cooperative networks between counties and cities and what have you. So, with these municipal networks, what they do is usually when they're built, they uh, they usually they usually are cheaper and more efficient than regular internet networks, and they work better than most of the privatized internet service providers. So your internet service provider would probably be your city utility in that sort of sense, and they work much better than the corporate internet service providers. Internet service providers being that of like Comcast, CenturyLink, Charter, Frontier, AT&T, any of those telecom networks. So municipal broadband would work better across America, and this article sort of tells you why it works better. First of all, it's cheaper, and you get faster internet speeds in your area if they're built right, of course, and all the details are banged out with proper work and proper policy. So, and one of those policies is net neutrality. So, there's a ton of people talking about this. They've been talking about it for years, and they want municipal internet across the U.S. And I completely agree with them. And there's other networks that are being built. Elon Musk has one of them. It's called Starlink. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I hear that's going to be in the near future, probably later this year, maybe next year. So we'll find out. Um, but this article tells you about who's proposing this bill um, and what's been going on with this bill. And so there are these House Republicans. There's three of them. One of them is Kathy McMorris Rogers. She's a representative of Washington, and Bob Latta. I think that's how you say his name, and he's a representative of Ohio. And there's the lead sponsor of this bill is Billy Long, who's a representative of I think Emo's Missouri. Is that right? So what they have is their proposal is called the Connect Act, or communities overregulating networks need economic competition today. Um, and they say that this bill would promote competition by limiting government-run broadband networks throughout the country and encouraging private investment. Now, private investment means funding by corporations and all that good stuff. But this whole bill is just a big gaslight bill because these representatives, and I've looked this up, um, these three these three representatives, they're on the corporate donors of Comcast, Block Communications, and other utilities, such as gas and electric. So they're representing more than they're not representing you. They're representing their donors and their owners. So they're representing what's best for their donors' interests rather than ours. Because let's face it, our country's screwed, and it's a failed state. We know that. So in case you don't know that, now you know. So they're not representing us, they're representing their corporate donors, thus being the telecom industry, AT&T, Comcast, CenturyLink, all that, all those people. So, and so they put out this bill to stop municipal networks from being built. So that we know. This is what this bill does. Now, municipal networks can solve a lot of problems with our internet infrastructure. We know that if you do the research, you can find that out. There's tons of research everywhere. There's other YouTubers and streamers and all those people. They'll tell you. And there's college studies that say municipal networks work better than these corporate telecoms. So there's been a lot of research, like I said. So this is why I'm making this video. A while back, I started writing my second book, and my second book is a fiction novel, and it is about using the internet to start a business. And like I said, it's a fiction novel, and it's about using the internet to start a business. And I want to show you this, but the ban on municipal networks was a huge plot point in my book, in my second book here, which is called The Rich Girl and the Broken Net Rebels. Now, one thing I want to show you was that this article was published on February 18th, 2021, at 104 by John Brodkin, Vars Technica. So, and I want to show you this. Like I said, this is so that whole ban on municipal networks, like I said, is a huge plot point in my book. So those Republicans ruined a big plot of my book, and I'm so mad about it. You don't believe how mad I am about this. So when I wrote this book, and I'll show you, I finished it. It says here, I'll show you right here. I created this Monday, May 13th, 2019, and the last time I modified it was May 22nd, 2019. So, and then I uploaded it to the internet for free because, well, I can't get the script out, I can't get it published because of me not having a job at this current time, the pandemic, and lots of other things, financial reasons, the pandemic, and all that good stuff. So I sort of predicted the future, and it just feels weird to me. Like I feel like kind of like like a Simpsons episode where I predicted the future without even barely knowing it. So yeah, I feel really bummed out, and I really want to get this book out, and I want to make it into a movie, hopefully. So if anybody out there wants to help me get this book published, let me know. I've had a lot of scam book offers about my previous book, which I'm going to put in the description of this video. So it just boggles my mind that politicians have ruined a major plot point of my book, and I knew this was going to happen, and I wrote it in my book, and I can't believe it's actually come to fruition. It feels like I'm a like a fortune teller or something with tarot cards. So I just feel super weird, and I hate to tell you, but there's something we need to talk about with U.S. politics. And I hate to say this, but both political parties suck. Both corporate parties do not work for us. They work for their corporate donors. We should know that by now. They don't work for us when they need to work for us. There's no... And they're so telling, and they're so blatantly living in their own world that they don't see the reality of what's going on outside of their own, realm and bubble that they live in. And it's so telling, and it's so stupid that they can't see beyond their own thinking. And I wish they could, because if they could, this world would be a lot better off. Because there's one thing that we need to make clear, okay? We need to get rid of the political party systems, or we need to go with a third or fourth party that is independent from the corporate, you know, oligarchy, plutocracy that we have in America. So we just need to get rid of these parties, and it's so obvious that we need to, and some people just don't see it, and it just boggles my mind. Okay, and in my previous book, I made this statement. I'm going to ruin it for you, but I have to. The reason why they call them corporate political parties is because they want to have awesome parties at the expense of the country's people. And that's not cool. And we weren't invited to these parties, and they won't. And, one of my favorite comedians, George Carlin, he said, it's a big club, and you ain't in it. Big club, you ain't in it. And besides, that's the big club they decide to beat you over the head with what to think and what to believe. So it's so telling and so mind-boggling that I predicted this, and I'm frustrated at the same time. Like, I'm glad and I'm frustrated at the same time. And municipal internet will work across America. Either we find a third party that is going to have solutions to build municipal networks across America, or we might have to go and talk with Elon Musk and say, hey, let's get this Starlink going, and let's pay you, but I don't want to be on the I don't want to be at the behest of a billionaire. I'd rather just have a municipal network that works for us and that's cheaper and works faster than all these privatized companies, Comcast, CenturyLink, and all these private telecom companies. So it just boggles my mind. And so, to those Republicans that want to propose this ban, thank you for making my prediction come true, and I want to thank you, and I also want to kick you in the face so bad. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's just so we need to get rid of these political parties, and it's so telling. It makes me so mad. And folks, the purpose of life, we should be able to live, we should be able to love, we should be able to learn, and we should be able to work. And the reason for all of that is so we can teach the next generation to do the same thing. I mean, not to do the same thing, but to teach the next generation and the next generation and the next generation, and to not have the previous generations of faults and problems, because we have to leave those problems up to the next generation, and they're not going to know what to do. We haven't given we haven't given the next generation the resources to deal with this problem. It's just so mad. Oh my god. All right. So, yeah, this is my video that I wanted to make on my book. I will put I'm going to put these books out here. I'm going to put this book out here for free, and I have my first book out for sale. If you guys want to go look at it, please feel free. It's just amazing that I predicted the future, and hopefully this bill doesn't pass through the House and the Senate, and hopefully this will get struck down. It just makes me mad that they ruined a major plot point of my book, and also in the book, the whole ban across the whole, they banned basically the internet from the whole U.S. And there's no in the book. There's no net neutrality. There's no safeguards. It's they turn the internet into a pay-to-win system, basically like microtransactions in a video game, and it's just maddening. So it's in this book, and I guess this is how I'm gonna promote it, and with a huge maddening take is I wish these people wouldn't have done this, and I wish they would get it, get out of their own little reality and see what is going on. There's a pandemic going on. People can't, people can't get access to health care. People can't get access to clean water. There's still problems in Flint, Michigan. There's still, you know, and there's people having power outages and blackouts in other parts of the country. We got wildfires going everywhere, and blackouts, and yeah, Flint, Michigan is still without power. Why? Why? Why can't we fix our problems? And you know why it is? It's because politicians answer to their donors. And if their donors are not affected, they don't give a flying fuck. Pisses me off. Alright. I gotta get off. I'm angry. And I'm gonna probably regret what I've said in this video. But yeah. Alright. Goodbye.